Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will start infinite series. So in that already we have discussed about the some series, some special series and convergence and divergence of the infinite series. So today we test for the convergence of the given infinite series. So in that we have four tests. First one is comparison test, second one is D'Alembert's ratio test, or it is also called as the ratio test. Third one is Rabe's test, and fourth one is Cauchy's root test. So before we start this test for convergence, we recall a very important series, that is P series, or it is also called as the harmonic series. A series of the form summation 1 by n raised to p is called as the harmonic series or P series. 1 by n raised to p. That means in this series all the terms of the form 1 divided by 1 raised to p plus 1 divided by 2 raised to p, 1 divided by 3 raised to p, and so on, we get 1 raised to n, 1 divided by n raised to p. So this type of series is called as the harmonic series, and this series is convergent if p is greater than 1 and is divergent if p is less than or equals to 1. This is a very important series while testing the given infinite series. Okay, so now we start the test for convergence series. Test for the convergence. First one, comparison test. So this test, so in this we have different forms. So in this we use only the limit form here. So this is the limit form of the comparison test. So this test state that let summation un and summation vn be any two series of positive terms. Then so here un is the given series and vn we have to be choose. Okay, so let un and vn be any two series of positive terms if limit n tends to infinity, un divided by vn is finite and non-zero, then summation un and summation vn behaves same. So that means both the series will either converge or both will be diverge. So this is the limit form of the comparison test. Now we have some note here. First one, this test is preferred when un involves the terms like n square plus 2, n plus 1, 3n minus 2, 2n, 3n, whatever it is, or root of n plus root of n minus 1. So if it contains the terms like this, then in the both numerator and denominator, then we use the comparison test. Second note, in this case we need to choose a series summation vn whose nature is known. That means we have to choose summation vn whose nature is known. Usually we use vn is equals to 1 divided by n raised to p minus 1. So here p is the highest degree of highest degree of n in the denominator, and q is the highest degree of the n in the numerator. Okay, so if we choose vn like this, then this becomes P series 1 divided by n raised to anything which gives a P series, and this will be easy to test the given vn. Okay, if vn is convergent, then un will be convergent. If vn is divergent, then un will be divergent. Now we shall start some problems. Test the following series for convergence. First one, 1 divided by 1 into 2 plus 1 divided by 2 into 3 plus 1 divided by 3 into 4, and so on. So in this, first we should familiar with the writing un terms. That must, so after practicing some series, you will get the idea of writing un. So un means nth term of the given series here. So you can observe that here numerator is 1 in all the terms, therefore we write 1. So in the denominator we have 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 3 into 4. So these are the counting numbers. 1 into 2 means it is a counting number. Then we get 2 into 3. For third term we have 3 into 4. That means, so we can write it as 1 means n, 2 means n plus 1. So if you apply for any terms, you will get the same un here. That means if you n is equals to 3, we will get the third term. So see here, 1 divided by n is equals to 3 here, 3. n plus 1 means 3 into 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. So you will get third term. Like this, you have to write the first un term, that is nth term. So now we have un. So you can observe that here un is equals to n into n plus 1 divided by n into n plus 1, or you can also write it as n square plus n also. Okay, so here un involves the terms n square plus 1 or n into n plus 1. So therefore we apply the comparison test here. So in this in order to apply the comparison test, we need another series which is Vn. So that means we choose here Vn is equals to, so see here highest degree of the n in the denominator is 2 and in the numerator is 0. Therefore, because why 0 means because it doesn't have any n terms. Therefore we take n is equals to highest degree in the denominator is 2 minus highest degree in the numerator is 0. Therefore we choose 1 divided by n square as a Vn. Okay, now we got un and Vn, so you can also write it as summation un. Okay, so now we got Vn, or we have chosen this summation Vn is equals to summation 1 divided by n square, both are same. So we have chosen this another series. Now we compare un and Vn by the comparison test. That is, we consider limit n tends to infinity un divided by Vn. If it is finite and non-zero, then un and Vn be same. So which is equals to limit n tends to infinity, un is equals to 1 divided by n into n plus 1 divided by Vn is equals to 1 divided by n square, or also it can be written as n tends to infinity 1 divided by n into n plus 1 into n square. So if you directly apply this limit, you will get infinity divided by infinity form, which is indeterminate. Therefore we have to simplify this one. So that is limit n tends to infinity, we take n in the n common in the denominator. So that is 1 divided by n as it is, we take n common in from this term bracket. So n, if we take n common, you will get 1 plus, so here there is no n terms, therefore we write it as 1 divided by n into n square as it is. Now this n square and this n square get cancels. So then we get limit n tends to infinity 1 divided by 1 plus 1 divided by n. So like this in the all the problems, so all problems you have to take, or you have to cancel these n's. So you have to represent n such that it must be 1 divided by n. 1 divided by n means 1 divided by infinity will get 0. Okay, wherever you get the n terms, you have to cancel. So directly you don't go for directly substitution, you have to cancel the n terms first, or you have to simplify the given terms, then apply the limit. Okay, so now applying limit, we get 1 divided by 1 plus 1 divided by n. 1 divided by n means 1 divided by infinity equals to 0. So because 1 by n is equals to 1 divided by infinity, which is equals to 0. Therefore we get 1 divided by 1 plus 0, which is equals to 1. Now you can observe that this is a non-zero quantity and also it is finite. Okay, so therefore by comparison test, we can write it as both summation un and summation vn behaves same. So now we got only by comparison test both series behave same. Now we have to test the nature of this series. Okay, so we have chosen summation vn is equals to 1 divided by n square. You can observe that this is a p series. So this is a p series with p equals to 2. So here p value is equals to 2 and which is greater than 1. When p is greater than 1, then we say that it is convergent. Okay, so therefore we get summation Vn is equals to convergent. Therefore by this comparison test, that is we call it as summation Un and summation Vn behaves same. So since summation Vn is convergent, therefore we can write it as summation Un is also convergent. So like this we have to test the given series. Second problem. So given series is 1 divided by 1 into 2 into 3 plus 3 divided by 2 into 3 into 4 plus 5 divided by 3 into 4 into 6 plus so on. So here you can observe that numerators all are 1, 3, 5 and so on, means it all these are odd terms, and denominator 1, 2, 3 these are counting numbers. So we usually denote odd numbers by 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1. So if our odd number start with 1, we use this 2n minus 1. If odd number start with 3, then we use 2n plus 1. Our odd number start with 1 here, therefore we use 2n minus 1, or both are the representation for the odd terms only. If you substitute n is equals to 1 here, you will get 2 into 1, 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. So if you start with 3, you have to use this one. Okay, so but in this our series we have starting number 1, 3, 5, therefore we use 2n minus 1. Therefore un is equals to, we can write it as 2n minus 1. Denominators all are counting numbers, so 1, 2, 3, therefore we use 1 means n, 2 means n plus 1 into n plus 2. So if you substitute any value of n, then you will get that term. For example, if you want second term, you can observe that if I substitute n is equals to 2 here, then in this 2 into 2 is equals to 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Denominator 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. So you will get 2, 3, 4. That is the second term. So like this you have to write the in generally un terms. So now we have written un terms. We apply the comparison test because all the terms contains both numerator and denominator contains 2n minus 1, and here n into n plus 1 both are simple. Both numerator and denominator contains simple terms, therefore we apply the comparison test here. In order to apply the comparison test, we need to choose summation Vn, which is equals to 1 divided n raised to p minus 1. So n raised to, here you can observe that in the denominator highest degree will be, if you simply this one, you will get n into n into n equals to n power 3. So the highest degree will be 3. So you can check here. So n into n, if you multiply these two brackets with this n, you will get n into n equals to n power 3. And in a numerator only one term of n is there, therefore n power will be 1. Therefore we choose n power 3 minus 1. Like this we have to choose the n value. So summation Vn. So 1 divided by n power 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. So if you want to, you can test here itself this nature of this summation Vn. So because 1 divided by n square is a p series, okay, with p equals to 2, okay. So therefore which is greater than 1, therefore it is convergent. So after writing Vn, you can test the Vn summation Vn series, that is nature of this series, or you can test afterwards, that is by comparison you limit of un and Vn, okay. So that is your wish. So here only, so here I have checked that, so whether it is a given, whether this summation Vn is convergent or divergent. So almost all we choose summation Vn in the form of p series only. So 1 divided by n raised to 2 is equals to is a p series with p is equals to 2, and this p is equals to 2 is greater than 1, therefore we can say that it is convergent. Now we go for un divided by Vn, that is limit of un divided by Vn. First we consider un divided by Vn, then we apply the limit here. Now un is equals to 2n minus 1 divided by n into n plus 1 n plus 2. So this is un value. So after cross multiplying, that is substituting value of this Vn, we get 1 divided by n square. Cross multiplying, we get n square. Now if I apply limit directly, we get again infinity divided by infinity, that is n is equals to infinity here. Therefore we have to take n common from these two brackets. Then see again in the numerator also we take n common. Therefore n taking common for this bracket, we will get after taking n common, we get 2 minus 1 divided by n. So into this n square as it is. In the denominator, n as it is. From this bracket we take n common, we get 1 plus 1 divided by n into one more, we have one more bracket here, therefore we take one more n common here, we get 1 plus here 2 divided by n. So if you simplify this, you will get the same one. So now this n term get cancels. Here we have n square and this 2n get cancels. So only we get 2 minus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus 1 divided by n into 1 plus 2 divided by n. So you can observe that I have represented all the n terms in the form of 1 by n, because 1 by n means 1 divided by infinity equals to 0. So earlier only I told that for all problems you should represent n in terms of 1 by n only. So wherever you have the n terms in the brackets, you should take the n common, then you will get 1 by n form, and definitely those n will get cancels. So now we got u1 by vn value. So but we need to calculate limit value. So therefore we consider limit on both sides, that is limit n tends to infinity, u1 by vn equals to limit n tends to infinity 2 minus 1 by n divided by 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 2 by n. So after applying limit, that is n tends to infinity, we get 2 minus 1 by n is equals to 1 by infinity equals to 0. Therefore we directly substitute 2 minus 0, 1 plus 0, 1 plus 2 by 0 is also equals to 0. So therefore 2 minus 0 equals to 2, 1 into 1 which is equals to 2 by 1 equals to 2. Again this is not equals to 0 and finite quantity. So now we got limit u1 by vn is equals to non-zero and finite. Therefore we say that summation u1 and summation vn behaves same, that is by the comparison test, or you can write it as by comparison test. Summation u1 and vn behaves same. So since already we have tested the nature of this summation vn which is convergent, therefore we can write it as, since summation vn is convergent, therefore summation u1 is also convergent, right? Or else you can test the summation vn this series here itself, here also. Okay, next series, 1 divided by root of 1 plus root 2 plus 1 divided by root of 2 plus root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3 plus root n, and so on. So solution, here numerator is 1, therefore we write 1 divided by root of 1 plus root 2. 1, 2 are the counting numbers, so simply we write root n plus root n plus 1. 2 means root n plus 1. Okay, so this is the un term. So now we need to choose bn. So you can observe that in the denominator highest degree is root n. Root n means it is n power 1 by 2. So don't go for the multiplication here, because here we have plus term, the highest degree will be n power 1 by 2 only. So therefore we choose summation vn is equals to summation 1 divided by n raised to p minus 1. Highest degree of this n in the numerator is, sorry, it is n by 2. So 1 by 2 minus 0. So which is equals to summation 1 divided by n power 1 by 2, or also you can write it as summation 1 divided by n root n. So better if you represent in this form, you will, so this will be easy to test the given series, because n raised to p 1 by 2 means it will be p series. So you can test this series here itself. Therefore summation Vn is equals to summation 1 divided by n raised to 1 by 2 is a p series with p equals to, here p value is 1 by 2, which is less than 1. So if p value is less than or equals to 1, then we get divergent. So in the p series, so already we have seen the definition of p series and test for the p series. If p is greater than 1, then it is convergent. If p is less than or equals to 1, then it is divergent in the p series. Since this is a p series with p equals to 1 by 2, which is less than 1, therefore it is divergent. Which one is divergent? Summation Vn is divergent, right? Now we go for the comparison test. Okay, so whether both V1 and Vn behave same or not. So for that we need to consider u1 divided by Vn. Then we apply the limit. Consider u1 by Vn. So u1 is equals to 1 divided by root of n plus root of n plus 1 whole divided by Vn is root of n, or you can take n power 1 by 2 also. Both are same. So 1 divided by, so denominator here root n plus 1. First we write root n plus 1. So multiplying this you will get root n by 1, which is simply root n. Or it can be written as root n divided by, in the denominator we take root n common here. So then we get 1 plus this root n plus 1 remains same. Denominator we take root n. So don't write here after taking root n common we get 1 plus, we are root n is present, therefore simply we get 1. Okay, this is the wrong way. So keep this term as it is, because it consists root of n plus 1. Okay, so you can't take root n common here. So directly it divides, that is in the denominator we get root n. So this root n get cancels. 1 divided by 1 plus root of n plus 1 divided by n, because both are of the form root. So now check whether you can apply directly limit or not. So again if I apply directly limit, again we get infinity by infinity form. So again it is indeterminate form. Therefore here also we need to cancel this n. So that means n by n equals to 1 plus 1 by n, or you can write it as 1 divided by 1 plus this root as it is. In the root itself we take n common, it becomes 1 plus 1 by n. Denominator n is there, n get cancels. So then we get 1 divided by 1 plus root of 1 plus 1 by n. So only one term of n is there, and which is of the form 1 by n. Now we can easily apply limit here. So that is applying limit n tends to infinity, un by Vn equals to limit n tends to infinity 1 divided by 1 plus root of 1 plus 1 by n. Now applying n tends to infinity, that is limit, we get 1 divided by 1 plus root of 1 plus 1 by n means it is 0. 1 divided by 1 plus root of 1 is equals to 1, we get 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is a non-zero quantity, and also it is a finite quantity. So therefore we can say that summation u1 and vn behaves same. Therefore summation u1 and vn, so again by comparison test, summation u1 and vn behaves same. Already we have tested this summation vn series. Since summation Vn is divergent, therefore summation Un is also divergent. Okay. Next, fourth problem. 1 into 2 divided by 3 into 4 into 5 plus 2 into 3 divided by 4 into 5 into 6 plus 3 into 4 divided by 5 into 6 into 7 and so on. So solution, here also these are counting numbers. U1 is easy. U1 is equals to, you can write easily, 1 into 2 means n into n plus 1 divided by, so it start with 3. So here n is equals to 1, 2 means n plus 1, 3 means n plus 2, 1 plus 2. So again n plus 3, n plus 4. So which is easy. So here n into n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4. So if you substitute any value for n equals to 2, 3, you will get the required term. Okay. So this is the nth term. Next, by comparison test, we need to choose summation Vn, which is equals to 1 divided by n raised to p minus q. So p minus q means highest degree in the denominator. Highest degree in the denominator, you can that it contains 3 brackets. So if you multiply these 3 brackets, you will get highest degree will be n cube. You will get remaining terms. So that is different, but we need highest power. Highest power will be 3 only. So n power 3. So in the numerator, you will get, after multiplying these two terms, you will get maximum degree, that is highest degree will be 2, n square plus remaining terms. Okay. Therefore highest degree is 2 in the numerator. So therefore we choose summation Vn as 1 divided by n raised to 3 minus 2 is equals to n 1, n power 1, or simply 1 by n. Okay. So again it is a p series. Okay, with p equals to, you can observe that p is equals to 1 here. So if p is equals to 1 in the p series, then it is divergent. Okay. So now we consider un divided by vn. Okay. So un is equals to this one, n into n plus 1 divided by n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4, all divided by Vn. Vn is equals to, we have chosen as 1 divided by n, or further simplifying we get, so it goes to the numerator. So this n plus 1 into, or you will write this one, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4, so on multiplying you will get n. Or you can observe that here we have a bracket. So wherever you get a bracket, you should take n common from this term. So this n into n, n square, or simply you write as it is. So from this bracket we take n common, you will get n plus bracket 1 plus 1 divided by n. This n remains same. So in the denominator we have 3 brackets. In all the 3 brackets we take n common. So first we take n common from this first bracket, we get 1 plus 2 divided by n. Now again one more n from this bracket, we get 1 plus 3 divided by n, into one more n common from this bracket, that is n into 1 plus 4 by n. So this n get cancels, n into n get cancels, n into n get cancels. So that means we get 1 plus 1 by n in the numerator. In the denominator we get 1 plus 2 by n, 1 plus 3 by n, into 1 plus 4 by n. So all the n in the form of 1 by n. Then we can apply the limit easily. So this is un by vn form. So therefore applying limit n tends to infinity, un by vn, we get limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n, 1 plus 2 by n, 1 plus 3 by n, into 1 plus 4 by n. Now simplifying this limit, we get 1 plus 1 by n means 0, because 1 by infinity equals to 0. Here we get 1 plus 2 by n means again it is 0. 1 plus 3 by n also 0. 1 plus 4 by n also 0. So in the numerator we get 1. Here in the denominator 1 into 1 into 1 we simply get 1 only, or 1 into 1 into 1, which is equals to 1. Again 1 is not equals to 0 and it is a finite quantity. So therefore again by the comparison test, both summation u1 and vn behave same. Since we have tested this summation vn which is a p series, we have chosen summation vn is equals to 1 by n, which is a p series with p equals to 1, which is divergent. Therefore summation vn is a divergent. Therefore summation u1 also divergent, because u1 and behave same from the comparison test. Therefore we can say that summation u1 is also divergent. Okay.